If I happen to blow away, it's all right. Don't worry. Someone will come and get me maybe at some point. It's very windy here in Rhode Island. I've been awake for 5 hours. I don't think I slept. I slept a little bit, maybe just a smidge. Very, very, like the wind is great. I'm actually surprised. I didn't even think we were going to, it's just me. Well, me and all of my friends here. I have Stevie Nicks over there with Mick Fleetwood, Christine McVie, and John McVie. So I have them here. John Waite is right above my head. Also, Pat Benatar. Yeah, got her there, and Ario Speedwagon. Those guys are here. Steve Augeri's here. Steve Perry's here. The gang is all here. So that's why I say we. I did not believe we would have a radio show this morning because of the fact that power has flickered several times. Happy middle of the week, everybody. It is Wednesday, October 27th. I had to look at the date because I'm losing track here. It's almost November. Got to start saying November soon. Happy Wednesday, October 27th of 2021. Yeah, Halloween is on Sunday. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, and thank you for joining. What are you dressing up as, Mark? What are you dressing up as? A roadie? That would be a good one for you. I can see you as a roadie. I don't know why. It's like my telepathy. We don't have any trick-or-treaters at our homestead ever. I think we've had one in the past 22 years because basically we live in a place that gets no trick-or-treaters. I am very curious how this year will be. Good morning, Gail. Thank you for joining. Thank you. I am curious how this year will be compared to last. I think I'm going to get in my car with the big guy and we're just going to drive around, not to be creepy, but I want to see if the streets are going to be filled with trick-or-treaters. I hope that's what we'll see. I really do. There is an area near us. It's a neighborhood we used to take the kids over to. I know. We drove them over because it's a contained neighborhood. So there are many houses in this plat place. And it would just be fun because we could park the car and we'd walk around with them. And it was just fun. It was a really, I have to say, I enjoyed doing all of that stuff with the kids. Sports, you know, when it was cold and rainy, I didn't like those nights, days, weekends. Those were not fun. But when the weather was nice and all the parents were out, we would just sit and have fun while the kids were playing their baseball game. And that was a good time. Basketball, those were fun times. Guys, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, I ask very kindly if you'd please hit the subscribe button. Also the thumbs up, make a comment, interact with each other. I love seeing that. Also the notification bell lets you know every time I'm around. Maybe you don't want to know every time I'm around, and that's fine. I get it. Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Yeah, I do put some of my short videos on TikTok. I am a pebble in the TikTok world, but it is quite all right. Time to get into our version of Classic Rock Raw on this Wednesday, October 27th of 2021. And here I am with my trusty notebook. Yeah, just for you guys. Bruce Springsteen has a new album out, the live recording of his 1979 performance at the No Nukes concert at Madison Square Garden. This show was done while Bruce was in between recording his fourth and fifth albums, Darkness on the Edge of Town and The River. So he was busy while he was doing this concert. Tom Zimmy, who has worked with Bruce for decades, realized that the footage he had of this show had to be reloaded and re-released because it is just that good. When you go back and watch 1979 Bruce Springsteen, how can you not love it? I did just that. I went back and I watched 1979 Bruce. These are the words I used. I wrote down for Bruce. Gritty, messy, raw, and just plain old sweaty rock and roll. Loved it. I love 1979 Bruce Springsteen. And I think that is a time we can all look at, watch, remember, and say, yeah, I want to go back there just for a minute, a moment in time. As exciting as this all is, Bruce is upset though. Mr. Bossy Man, he's a little mad. There is a mistake on his brand new album cover. I couldn't even believe this. All of his bandmates are present on the cover except for Roy Bittan. I hope that's how you say it. Longtime pianist and keyboardist for the E Street Band. He's been with the band since 1975's release of Born to Run. So he's off the cover. He is not there. So why he was left off the cover accidentally is unknown, but Bruce is mad about it. Bruce talked about this incident on his appearance on Stephen Colbert. So will there be a new cover released? An addendum? He can do like the Beatles did. Remember, they did the sticker on the Yesterday and Today album. Now it's a Butcher album and it's worth thousands of dollars if you find one. I've talked about this before. I have purchased Yesterday and Today albums and I've steamed them thinking that the Butcher picture is underneath. I have not yet found a one. Just saying. So will Bruce do the same thing? I just don't know. But you got to do something because Roy needs to be there. And I think, here's the thing. If Patty Shalfa has anything to say about it, she's going to want to make sure that Roy is part of that new album cover. And if I were Bruce, I would listen to Patty. Oh, the lights are going dim. It's going to happen. We're going to get through this, kids, before we lose electricity potentially. And like I said, I am surprised we have not lost it yet. But we haven't. That's why we're here. Okay. Paul McCartney. Quite interesting. He stopped signing autographs. He releases. He said, you know what? I'm not signing autographs anymore. I'm not. I'm Paul McCartney. I'm Sir Paul. I don't need to sign your notebook, your little pad of paper. Why is he not signing autographs anymore? You know what he said? Because you know who I am, Paul McCartney. I don't need to sign any autographs. All right, fair enough. However, to actually have something in your possession signed by a real Beatle, I mean, that would just be the coolest thing on the planet. If you do have a signature from any one of the Beatles, you're a lucky person. And I just think having that in your hands, in your pretty little hands, would just be the coolest thing on the planet. So people want that. But there are some undesirables out there who literally get autographs just to sell them. Paul said that the whole process of signing autographs is a bit strange. He's always thought that, but when you happen to be one of the most iconic living legends on the planet, someone is just going to want a piece of that. And one of those people would potentially, most definitely, be me. I would want an autograph. If I saw Paul McCartney, I would want him to sign something for me. Now, I'm not like Mark McCullough. I would not say sign a body part so I could get it tattooed. I would not go that far, Beatle or no Beatle. I have no tattoos at all. And like I said yesterday about Kat Von D, I think looking at women and men with tattoos, they look great. Some people, they should have tattoos. They look so amazing on them. Me, I am not one of those people, just like hats. I love hats. I am obsessed. Here, can I even get it down? I don't know. No, I can't. That's Bret Michaels' hat. Anyway, I am obsessed with hats. I look terrible in hats. I just do. They just don't look good on me. I want them to look good, but they just don't. Paul also said that he doesn't like selfies with fans. You know why? Because he said they always come out terrible. They always get an undesirable angle of his face. So he doesn't like that either. He's like, no, I don't want selfies with fans either. Not because he doesn't like his fans. It's just that he doesn't want to do it. Now, Paul is considered to have one of the most valuable autographs out there, out of any living celebrity. or musician. And Ringo Starr also, not too long ago, put out a video message letting fans know that after October 20th of 2021, which already passed, he is no longer responding to fan mail and is not signing another bloody thing. But peace, love, peace. Now, dang it, if I knew that he was signing things up until October 20th, I would have written him a letter. Wouldn't you have written Ringo Starr a letter saying, hey, can you sign this for me, Mr. Starr? Oh my gosh, like who? I didn't know that. Now I'm upset. Imagine he was signing things for people all this time and I didn't even know. Guy's sitting there responding to fan mail. That's why I love Ringo. Gosh. Ringo said, like I just spoke about a few minutes ago, Ringo also said that people just sell his autograph anyway, so why even bother to do it anymore? And like I also said, Paul's probably feeling the same way. However, there is a piece in this. However, Paul's brand new book, The Lyrics, will have autographed copies available. So Paul signed a select few of these upcoming books, and they will be available at certain bookstores in the United States and the United Kingdom. Here's the crazy thing. The unsigned book will be selling for around about $100, which is pretty expensive for a book. Let's face it. I go to yard sales and buy books for 25 cents, sometimes a dime. Who even has dimes anymore? I love dimes. To me, dimes are just, quarters are great because they add up fast, but dimes are just, I love dimes. I don't know why. I just do.
You love dimes?
I do. I love dimes.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
You love pennies? You love quarters?
No, I don't love pennies. I do not love pennies. I think pennies get gritty and dirty and nasty. However, let me just say this. So Paul's new book coming out called The Lyrics is going for $100. Do you know how much potentially around about his signed copies are going for?
No.
Just take a guess.
$200.
No.
$300.
Just over $2,000.
Forget it.
$2,000. So he doesn't want to sign anything anymore. And I'm not ragging on Sir Paul. Kind of, sort of. I am, I guess so. I can't hide that fact. But you don't want to sign anything. However, he's going to be selling signed copies of his new books for thousands. I don't get it. I'll sign something. 25 cents. And it'll end up in someone's yard sale.
Patrick just said I sound like I'm in a can. What the heck are you talking about?
The great wizard. He just pops up from gosh only knows where. Didn't even know.
Gotta go back in the weeds. I'll go back in my can.
Didn't even know. Can of beer. Can o' beer. 2 years after the passing of Cars frontman Ric Ocasek, his wife Paulina Porizkova. Paulina Porizkova. You got to say that with finesse because that's a great name. Paulina Porizkova. That was better. See, if I say it with an accent, kind of, it just comes out better. Well, she received what she says is a generous settlement from Ric's estate. Generous. The two separated in 2018, and Ric wrote Paulina out of his will, as well as 2 of his 6 sons. Imagine that. Frontman of Cars writes out 4 kids and the wife who lived with him for 17 years. Paulina could not reveal the amount of the settlement, but did say that she knows how much she is owed under New York law, and she will be fine. Of course she's going to be fine. She's Paulina Porizkova. She will be fine. New York is an equitable distribution state, which means just what it sounds like. The property gets divided fairly and equally, but does not automatically mean an equal split. So it's an equitable state. However, does not mean it's going to be a fair split. So just pretend I'm married to John Wade, but I'm not, right? Because I'm married to Kicking Out.
No.
We're doing an example. So I'm married to John Waite, right? And we get divorced. Terrible, awful. I'm devastated.
No, so
I'm broken up.
me too.
So we live in New York now, John and I. We get divorced, and I'm like, I want my fair and equitable share, John Waite. And he says, well, I don't know about that, KK. I think that will have to go to court. And then I'll bat my eyelashes and he'll just say, here, take it all. That won't happen.
That's it?
So, well, all right. So, and then a judge says, then the judge comes in. Well, I think that John should get more because he worked all this time. And then I say, but I've given him love for all of these decades. I need to get more than a third. And then the judge says, you're right. I'm going to give you half. And then John cries. And then I cry because we're separated. But then we see each other cry and we get back together. So it's all good. It ends up, it's fine. But that can't happen right now because Rick isn't here.
I think I want to throw off.
So the judge looks at everything when this type of thing happens. And he looks at each spouse's health as well as how long they've been married. Now, again, like I said, Rick and Paulina were married for 17 years. And Rick's net worth at the time of his death was $40 million. Paulina's $10 million. She made a lot of money as a model. Gorgeous. Even now, she is beautiful. And I believe I read that she received the highest contract for her time when she was modeling ever. Paulina is the one who found Rick in the Gramercy Park townhouse on September 15th of 2019. So she said she's fine. She said she's going to be okay. And yeah, she probably got an equitable split, I'm guessing. But he's got a lot of kids. I didn't realize he had 6. And I think that the 2 sons that him and Paulina have together, they were not written out of the will, but 4 were. It's crazy. That's just crazy. Imagine that. Jesus. I cannot even imagine. So hello, Tracy. Happy Wednesday. And Patrick, how are you? And Mark said, I bet Al could get at least $2 for a signed beer. And wealthy people and their wills. Good gravy. You know, you just have to shake your head and is it all worth it in the end sometimes? You just have to really wonder. I just want to be comfy cozy, to be honest. That is my wish for the rest of my life. I just want to be comfortable. I want to be able to say, you know, if I want to go to a yard sale and spend $50 at one person's house, I want to be able to do that. See, to me, that's happiness. It really is. I'm not high maintenance. I'm just not. Do I want to go on a vacation before I drop dead? Absolutely. I would like to go on some more vacations, go see some of my rock star people performing. I would love to do that. I would. Everything's just so expensive right now. So I don't have much that I ask for in this life. And I want all of you to be happy as well. That is important. Moving on. Not too long ago, it was released that the baby on the front of the Nirvana album, Nevermind, Spencer Eldon, said that he is suing the surviving members of Nirvana as well as Kurt Cobain's estate, claiming that he was exploited as a 4-month-old baby swimming in that swimming pool with nary a diaper on. It is said that Eldon's parents got $200 for that picture, and the photo shoot took a total of about 15 seconds. And since Nirvana was only considered to be an up-and-coming band at that time, that's why the payout was not that good. However, maybe the baby's parents should have had little contract in place. If this album or this band were to blow up, maybe the baby can get a little more money in time. Apparently that did not happen, but we know what happened with Nevermind and Nirvana. They both became huge, and Nevermind is like one of the most recognizable album covers in history. I think the Beatles' Abbey Road, to me, is the most recognizable album cover in history. But again, as I say all the time, who am I? In 2016, Eldon did an interview. So it's interesting to go back and read some of these things from years ago. And he said that, I feel like I'm the last little bit of grunge rock. I'm living in my mom's house and driving a Honda Civic. At least he had a car, and at least his mom allowed him to live in her house. Those are 2 pluses right there in my book. However, I do get it. You're on one of the most recognizable album covers in history. Maybe you want to have your own house and be driving a Ferrari. I don't know. But Eldon was 4 months old and his parents made the deal. So 2021 is here and Spencer is looking for his piece of the pie. And he wants the cover for the 30th anniversary release changed. Change it up. Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters just came out and said that he doesn't think about the lawsuit that much and brought up the point that Spencer has a Nevermind tattoo. Dave does not. If Spencer felt that he was being exploited, why would he get that tattooed on his body? It's just a question I'm throwing out there. And have you guys heard about this lawsuit? And what do you think? Do you think he has a right to go ahead and sue the band at this point in time? And do you think he has the right to ask for the album cover to be changed for the 30th anniversary re-release? I mean, I get, like, to me, that's okay. You want the album cover changed? Okay. Going forward, yes, I can understand that. Suing the band for what you feel is due you. I mean, I'm guessing there will be a settlement. He is on the album cover. I would think that you shouldn't have to sue them for it. I would think that perhaps maybe they would say, here's some kibble. Well, more than kibble, like golden kibble for being on our album cover. You know what? We would like to say thank you for that. Shouldn't have to go sue for it, if that makes any sense. It should just have been a thing. It just should have happened. After it blew up, it should have just been a thing. But it wasn't. All of these years have gone by. So now hello, I'm here. Baby's here. I would like some money. Thank you. I'm a big boy now. Yeah. So let us know in the comments down below what you think about this whole crazy thing. We found out yesterday that we lost Journey creator and businessman extraordinaire, really, Herbert, 73 years old. Neil Schon, very close to Herbie. I mean, Herbie created the careers of everyone in Journey and also the careers of many other people. He managed Mr. Big, Roxette, Steve Miller Band, his own band. He's done so much. And like I said, Neil is clearly so devastated by the loss of Herbie. A little surprising, Steve Perry has not released a statement yet, but I'm guessing within the next day or so, he will come out and say something regarding the loss of Herbie. Yeah, so just the comments and everything, reading over those, really, really sad. And again, our thoughts and prayers and love go out to his wife, his daughters, and his family. Yep. So, guys, I hope you have a fantastical Wednesday. The middle of the week is always just a blessing because you know that the weekend is almost here. And the fact that it's Halloween weekend, who cares? I don't care anymore. I used to, for my kids' sake and for my own sake when I was a kid. But I do have a special announcement I'm very excited about. My best buddy pal in the whole wide world, Michelle, will be joining us for the Halloween show tomorrow night. And I can't say enough that I am so grateful. She's like, why do you want me there? I said, because people love you. She's like, why? I said, because they just do, because you're Michelle. It's like I've said many a time, growing up with Michelle, people just like her better than me. And that's okay. I've learned to accept it and live with it. I've lived with it, but I love her. She's not even here yet. And I'm referring to her being, but she will be here to join in the fun. I told her I would get pizza. So you can see Michelle and I eating pizza tomorrow night during the Halloween show on Thursday, starting at 7:00 Eastern, 4:00 Pacific. Also, please, again, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Give it a thumbs up, hit the notification ding-dong belly thingy, and keep talking to each other. It's so fun. You guys are great. I love you guys. Best community, best music community ever. No, there are lots of great music communities out there, and I have to say, you guys are just music lovers everywhere unite. Have an amazing day. Love to you guys. Happy Wednesday. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Keep rocking. Oh, wait a minute. Remember to be kind to everybody. I got to end with that because that's like important. I feel like your mom. Be kind to everybody. Do something kind today. Let us know tomorrow what you did today that was kind. Stay strong. Stay strong. Look at these muscles. Can't see them because I have a sweater on because it's effing cold out. And always remember, I have to end with it. Always remember to keep rocking. Oh my gosh, my pinky got stuck when I did that.
Wow, I'm going to take the trash out now.
Bang. You did that yesterday.
Okay.
Keep rocking, guys. Have an awesome day.